The following is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
Hey everybody, and welcome back into Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson. Thank you so much for being with us today. We've got some great guests lined up. We're going to have Mr. Will Barrett from WDXX. He's going to be on to talk about the Prattville-Jeff Davis game that'll be coming up this Thursday night. That's certainly a big game for that region, and it's going to be huge. He's got a lot of inside scoop on what's going to take place there. Also going to have on Leroy Jordan, yes, that Leroy Jordan, the one who starred at the University of Alabama and also starred in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys, the one who played in the Ice Bowl and Super Bowls and national championships. Just a fantastic man. I've known him practically all my life, and he's kind enough to join us to talk about a new book he's got coming out. He's going to tell you where you can get that, and I've already seen some excerpts from it, and it is absolutely incredible stuff. He has led the life. Just absolutely led the life. He didn't have electricity until he was 10 years old. And when they finally got electricity in Excel, Alabama, he finally got to hear Elvis Presley on the radio. That became his idol. He later got to meet Elvis, and Elvis ironically told Leroy what a big fan he was of his. So just dreams like that are just incredible stories. And it talks all about his start in football. I'm going to let him tell you about it. It really is very, very cool. We're going to be back in just a minute to bring you all that and more with Inside the AHSAA.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take it easy! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola gonna give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste! 0 calories!
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back into Inside the AHSAA. You know, one of the fun things about being associated with the AHSAA is I get to know a lot of the players that I know will be future stars. I also get to talk sometimes to guys who were stars in the AHSAA in the past. And the next guy we're going to talk to just happens to be one of those. And He also happens to be kind of sort of a family member of mine, at least I call him that, Mr. Leroy Jordan. Leroy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I hope you don't mind that I do tell people sometimes you're kind of sort of my uncle, and I'm going to roll with that if that's okay.
Yeah, I love being uncle to you.
Well, Leroy Jordan, of course, one of the more famous players at the University of Alabama in their storied history, and of course, also one of the more famous players in Dallas Cowboy history. He has written a book entitled My Story of Faith, Family, and Football. And Leroy, I've read some of the excerpts from it and some of the highlights. You have led an incredible life. One thing I didn't know while you were playing at XL High School in Alabama, you didn't start playing, was it until your junior year and you went out on the practice field just to be a stand-in?
Well, that was a little misstatement. I really was about a seventh grader at that time, and my brothers were playing football, and I should have caught that before we printed it, but I didn't. No, I'd started playing early because my older brothers were playing football, and so that's kind of the way that story came up. We didn't have enough players to have a defensive lineup out there, and the coach said, "Leroy, would you stand back there at safety man so we can have 11 defensive guys out there?" And "Sure, coach." And then a few minutes later, a running back came by and I tackled him, and that was the beginning of me putting on pads, and I had them on ever since, I guess.
Did you ever call that coach and just say, "Thank you so much for helping me find my way," because obviously this was a path you were destined for?
Well, yeah, I did, and I thanked him many times. He was a principal there later in life. Mr. Al Brandon was later the principal at XL High School, and was a coach when I was there part-time, and got me started. And W.C. Majors was my coach in high school my years after I matured a little bit.
Leroy, how important was your time at XL High School? Obviously, you have a lot of fond memories from the University of Alabama and from your NFL days, and really those stories alone from either of those moments when you were in college or pro could fill up several books. But I want to hear more about your days at XL High School. What are some of your favorite memories?
Well, it was a very small school. It had 12 grades. You went in on one end in the first grade, and you graduated from the 12th grade on the other end. And so that's the way it was back then in my hometown of XL, Alabama. We had great people, great community. Most of the people were in the farming business back there, and I think half of them were my cousins and in-laws and so forth. So we really had a great time growing up together back there in the country and learning how to work. Had a worker ethic really early. I mean, it was developed really early on with my family.
Obviously, your beliefs, your Christianity is a big part of your life, and you're a fantastic businessman as well, and you've done well in that arena. But how big of a part was football in shaping who you are today?
Well, it was really big, getting the exposure and the publicity with the University of Alabama, and that helped me the next stepping stone to getting on with the Dallas Cowboys. And so all levels have been really important in my development of life, and all my coaches, Coach W.C. Majors and Coach Bryant and Coach Landry, I've had some really great mentors in my life.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the book. Where can people get it? Can they get it online, and what stores specifically?
Yes, online, and I think Books A Million and Nobles and Barnes and Nobles, I think, will have it in stock within a week. So I think, all of those avenues are open to people to call in and order it. So That's my best. And I'm going to be going all over the state in the next few weeks, doing some signing and and meeting the public again.
Well, Leroy, I mean, again, some of these excerpts are incredible. I mean, you played in national championship games and Super Bowls. You played in the Ice Bowl, which is arguably the most famous game in NFL history. You got to meet your idol when you were a young boy, Elvis. At one time, you actually got a gift from John Wayne because you and he became such good friends. Just crazy, incredibly interesting stuff. And we certainly do thank you so much for being on Inside the AHSAA today, and we hope to have you on again sometime, okay?
Look, I'm available, man. I appreciate you so much and having me on and visiting with me, and it's good to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you, Leroy, and you have a great day, buddy.
Okay, man. Bye.
That was Leroy Jordan, really one of the more famous players to ever come out of the state of Alabama, if you ask me. And right there in Excel, Alabama, I can't help but say, every time I'm on the scoreboard show, we read the Excel score, I can't help but say the hometown of Leroy Jordan, because really he's one of the more famous people ever from this state, if you ask me, and just a fine representative of all things Alabama. He's out in Texas now, obviously, and he's got a fantastic family, just a good man. We'll be back in just a minute with more of Inside the AHSAA.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More
to come.
More Wilson.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Take a knee. Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste?
Coca-Cola!
And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who?
Coca-Cola!
How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it?
Yeah!
At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calorie!
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
There there is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state. And the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. Want to welcome now our guest, Will Barrett from WDXX. We're going to talk a little bit about the Prattville-Jeff Davis game coming up. It's one of the more interesting games on the docket this weekend in the AHSAA. Will, how are you today?
I'm great, guys. How are y'all?
Thanks so much for being with us. So let's start off with how important you think this game is. Prattville and JD, neither one of them necessarily having a banner season, but I think in terms of region play, this game is crucial in their ability to make the playoffs.
Oh, this game is to continue the season essentially for both teams. The loser of this game most likely will not make the playoffs, and the winner of this game most likely will make the playoffs. This is an early playoff game for both teams.
And doesn't that make it a little bit more fun? Don't you love having a game like this towards the end of the season?
Yeah, you really do. You know, we didn't get many of these opportunities last year in a rebuilding season, but yeah, we're excited to go into this game. I think both teams are pretty evenly matched, and should be a close ball game.
What do you think overall about the resurgence of high school football in Montgomery? That used to be the capital of all things AHSAA football, and then it took a dip. I think that's pretty obvious, but it seems to be coming back. Sidney Lanier is looking pretty strong. Parks Crossing is strong. Robert E. Lee's gotten a lot better. And JD and Prattville are on the uptick as well.
Well, I think it's all in the Montgomery schools. It's been a matter of leadership. You know, the athletes have always been there. You know, over the years where Prattville's had the upper hand on a lot of these teams over the years, it's been a question of not talent but leadership. And we've seen that return in the Montgomery schools, specifically at Lanier and at Lee and at now at Park Crossing. There's some strong coaches there, and they're coaching the kids up, and it's showing on the field now.
All right, let's go back to Prattville and JD for a second. Talk about some of the prospects on either one of these teams, because again, I think it goes without saying that if the teams in that area have been down, it may be because they hadn't had quite as many prospects in recent years. But again, that is on the uptick as well. So who on either one of these programs do you expect to see playing for D1 schools coming up?
On our side of the ball, you got to definitely look to our defense. P.J. Lucas, who is our defensive tackle, defensive end type position player. He's got offers from all over the SEC, all over Division I football, and he's just a junior. He's still got another year. Also, Chris Bozeman, who's unfortunately on the shelf for us this year on the defensive line. He'll have offers as well, but he's been on the shelf since week 2 with a separated shoulder. He's going to get that corrected for next season, for his senior year coming up. And on the offensive side of the ball for Prattville, you got to look at the running back, D'Angelo Jones, number 20. Definitely, he's kind of burst on the scene this year as a junior, but he'll be having offers at the D1 level. And the quarterback, Trey Edwards, is going to have his fair share of offers by the time he becomes a senior. He's just a junior this year. Over on Jeff Davis, I'm not as familiar with Jeff Davis as I am with Prattville, but I know it kind of rises and falls on their quarterback over there. So there's a lot of talent all over the field, and it's not by accident. These guys work hard.
let's assume Prattville gets into the playoffs, and what do you think their prospects are of making a deep run?
Well, you go back to the 2014 campaign where Prattville entered playoffs in the playoffs as a 4 seed, like they would this time if they were to beat Jeff Davis. Went down to Mobile 3 straight weeks, and just got hot at the right time. So really, right now, it's just a matter of getting in the playoffs, and then who knows what happens. I think this team has the ability to make a deep run. They've got the talent, and they've got the ability to do it. It's just a matter of getting over the hump and getting into the playoffs. Winning's a mentality. It's a mindset, and these guys are starting to get that back. They lost it last year. They didn't believe they could win, and now they're starting to believe that they can win again. And the success on the field has been much different from what we've seen last year. We've seen them come back from deficits. We've seen them hold on to wins, hold on to leads, and so I believe this team has the tools to make a deep run. Are they a championship team? Time will tell, but they definitely have the ability to make a deep run. But it starts Thursday night.
Really quickly, are you surprised at the success overall of Cameron Petway at Auburn? Now, obviously, he's had some injuries to deal with this year, but last year when he really burst onto the scene and led the conference in rushing, were you surprised by that at all, or did you know he had that in him?
I don't think anybody that was part of the Prattville program during the 3 years he was here was shocked to see him do what he's doing at Auburn. The guy's got the tools, and he's got the mindset to do whatever he wants to do. He's just a beast of a running back with and when he was in high school, he had the breakaway speed to go along with the strength. There's faster guys at D1 football, but he's put on some more muscle. He's bulked up a little bit, but he's still got that. He's not going to be that shifty runner, but he's the bounce outside runner if it's not in the middle. So no, I don't think any of us are surprised to see the success he had. He just needed an opportunity, and unfortunately, we hate it for him that he's banged up with the heel right now. His brother, Colin Petway, is a running back for Prattville this year, number 34, and so we still see their mom a good bit, and she loves those kids. She loves the kids, and but look out for Colin Petway. He's a name you might hear in the next couple of years in the Division I levels. He's coming on the heels of his brother, and definitely a talent as well.
Well, Will, thank you so much for being with us today, and best of luck to the Prattville Lions the rest of the way, okay?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your show.
That was Will Barrett with WDXX. We do appreciate his being with us today to talk a little bit about the Prattville Lions against Jeff Davis coming up this Thursday night. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap up Inside the AHSAA.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste?
Coca-Cola!
And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who?
Coca-Cola!
How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it?
Yeah!
At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calorie!
June will mark 10 years of providing quality t-shirts, athletic uniforms, and promotional products for Lee Apparel. Our success is due in large part to the customers we serve in the Lake Martin community and the great state of Alabama. Our hopes are for many more years of success and growth. Contact Lee Apparel today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at leeapparel.com.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Inside the AHSAA. We want to thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate you each and every week coming back and watching us on Inside the AHSAA. We love bringing these stories to you and hope we can continue to do so. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next week on Inside the AHSAA.